Good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss about another interesting chapter, that is light. So in physics, certain topics like sound, light, they are very interesting parts. They will help us to understand the physical world in a better way with so many activities and experiments. You see that the chapter sound, there we have seen so many activities by which we can understand the physical properties of sound. In the same way, even the light, it's a natural phenomenon. But there is a lot of physics. There are so many laws. So by studying these laws, we can understand the physical properties of light. Because light is very useful. There are so many n number of applications with light. So light is a natural phenomenon which helps us to sense the world. We sense the world, we look at the world, we hear the world. Here we look at the world, we visualize everything because of the light. We are able to see different objects. We are able to see an object. If you should be able to see an object, that object, it should glow itself or it should be glown by some other object. See, for example, you are looking at this ball. This ball must emit light on its own, or from some other source, the light must be falling on this object. A body should be self-illuminating, or it should be illuminated by something else, some other source of light. Then only you can see this object. But somehow the object must have light, either on its own or lightened by something else. Then only you can see. In a dark room, you cannot see anything, because in a dark room, for example, in your room, in your study room, you have your study table, you have your chair, your study lamp, your books, your pen stand, everything you have. But when there is no light, in the night time, if there is power off, you cannot see anything. But all the objects are there, but you can't see them. When the power comes, the light on, you can see all the objects. Right? So what does it mean? So here is the light. So when the light is on, you can see all the objects. When the light is off, you cannot see. Objects are there. When the light is on, from the light bulb, the light, it hits the objects. So the objects are reflecting the light to your eyes, so you can see the object. Right? So here the vision is based upon one thing, reflection of light. If objects are not able to reflect a light, you cannot see that object. Right? If the object is not able to reflect, you cannot see the object. So your vision, the visibility, is totally dependent upon the property reflection of light. So in this chapter, the first thing we are going to study is that laws of reflection. So we understood that reflection is very important, reflection of light, so by that we can see the objects. There are certain laws connected to this reflection, so by that we can better understand the properties of reflection, how the reflection is affected. So let us see what are these laws of reflection. So let us see the laws of reflection. Before we see what are the technical terms involved in this, let us start this with an activity. So by that we can easily understand. So to do this activity, what you need is a strip of mirror, one strip of mirror. So mirror, you know what is a mirror? A piece of glass coated on one side, so by that you can see your reflection. The mirror that you use to see your face, comb your hair, use in your washroom, that is a strip of mirror. And you need a comb, the one which you use to comb your hair, and a torch and a black paper. And to keep all these things on a chart. So here is the chart. I placed the chart here, and this is the strip of mirror. I have taken a slide of mirror. You can call it as a slide of mirror. A mirror slide you can take. And here you have taken a comb which is used to brush your hair. such a comb we have taken, and the source of light we have taken a torch light. So this is the way how we have to arrange. See that the mirror slide is standing, not okay. So you can keep it stand with the help of some rubber cork or wooden block. See that this is standing. Now here, place a comb here, and cover the comb with the help of a black paper or black chart. So everything is covered, except the distance or the difference between two teeth. Your comb will be having teeth. So you have to leave only the gap between two teeth. This gap. So this is the gap between this teeth and that teeth. The rest all should be covered with black paper. So you are making a slit, what it is called as slit. A narrow passage through which the light enters. A narrow passage. You are covering the rest. So by that, if you place a torch here, the light, it goes to the other side only through the slit, not from all the teeth. So all the teeth are being covered. So now you are placing the torch here. So by that, the light, it passes through the slit. So now we have placed the torch here, and the comb is covered with black paper except a small slit. So the light, whatever we are focusing through this torch, the light enters through the slit and it hits the mirror. Now from the mirror, the light is reflected. You see a picture like this, right? So from the torch, we are focusing the light. We are allowing the ray of light. In general terms, we are using the term ray, but it is not a single ray. It is a beam, but it is a very small beam of light. So this beam of light, it goes and hits the mirror and it makes a reflection. This is the reflection. You can see the reflection on the chart. You placed a white chart. The white chart is placed on a table on this flat surface. It should not have ups and downs. Even. So on the even surface, you placed a chart. There you kept a mirror. There you kept a comb where it is completely covered except one slit. And here you placed a torch light through which you focused the source of light. So the light ray, that means a small beam of light, it goes through the slit and hits the mirror. It makes a reflection. So the ray that is coming from the source and hitting the mirror, this is called as incident ray. So this is the incident ray. So here one more light ray you see on the chart, which is formed because of the reflection. This is called reflected ray. But actually you see that here we are using the term ray, but this is not a single ray. The single ray of light is very thin. This is just a beam of light. For our convenience to understand, we are using the term ray, reflected ray. So incident ray, reflected ray. You see this. So now what you're going to do, you take your friend's help. You keep the setup like this and you ask your friend to draw some lines here. Draw a line parallel to the mirror. Now you draw a line on the reflected ray. Now you draw a line on the incident ray. Now you remove this apparatus, this comb, this torch and this mirror.